I don't like picking on other content creators, but I think this is part of a bigger conversation, so it does warrant the video. You got Melody back here complaining about the new design of Halo, and she's basically saying that he looks more feminine now because he's got bigger hips and the shoulders aren't as wide, right? So this is her take. And the Akma says that I'm usually a big advocate for the mentally disabled, but this take is so dog shit, I have to make an exception. I don't know if he deleted the tweet where he said that he wants to bully people, but yeah, he did say that. And now he's saying he's getting really sick, so I'm actually worried for him. I hope he sees a doctor. Of these pussy-ass political ideologues masquerading as gaming content creators who only serve to invade our gaming space and shove a political agenda down the throats of anyone unfortunate enough to consume their dogshit content. And again, it makes him sick. So I do hope he sees a doctor as soon as possible. My take regarding this is, number one, Meloni Mac is reaching here. But, like, why can't you just have a normal conversation with her? Like, you're both content creators. You can literally hook her up into a live stream and you can just have a normal discussion like adults. Why do you have to behave like a cheeky little shit online? I guess he's trolling, right? Like, he's dragging attention to his little blue checkmark, his body maker. And he generally doesn't understand why people dislike wokeness. It's because the people that defend it or push it behave like that. This is the number one reason. Like, when I'm buying a video game and I see some woke shit, I think the Act-Man. I'm thinking, like, individuals that are behaving like this, and I'm now funding this with my money, right? I'm spending my money so that other people get to behave like cheeky little shits on the internet and appear on my screen. All jokes aside, though, I did notice a trend. When a leftist woman behaves like this, if a right-winger that's a prominent content creator would talk down to her in such a manner, if you would say, oh, I wish you get bullied or something like that, immediately leftists, they dogpile. They're like, how can you speak like that? You're just a woman. It's like, what's wrong with you, man? But when a leftist does it, or a centrist, centrist. Like, he is perfectly in tune with the political spectrum, right? Right on the center. He doesn't talk about politics. My bad. I need to be accurate, right? When the Act-Man does it, for some reason, no leftist gets upset, right? And I also noticed a trend with leftist content creators that they just don't see everything. They're like wearing horse blinders. They're wearing a blindfold like in Bird Box. Like, they're not aware of their surroundings. For instance, you have game development conventions where you have game developers just openly talking about wanting to push politics into games. Like, they're just saying, no, games have to be queer and video games are a good medium to push political agendas in it. And they're going, like, right there. It's like, oh, yeah, we don't think that games should be made for entertainment. We think that they should have a political message or that they should change the world. And usually leftists either ignore this, or if they're aware, they're like, forget about it. Just forget about it. Just like some random voices. Forget about it. You're crazy. Oh, complete nonsense. Just forget about it. Look at Melody Mac. Look at what Melody Mac is saying. This is where you should pay attention. Just forget about it. And you know, like, you see the behavior of game developers towards their community. Oh, don't like it, don't buy it. Oh, you misogynist, you are racist if you don't play my game. If you don't buy my game for $80, you are racist pigs. Oh, racist, buy the game. Like, this is the marketing that they're doing, right? Like, this is the level of competence that the people working at these companies think that it's going to get them to sell the product. But again, like, forget about it. Just forget about it. It's not there. Just forget it. Why do you care? You got leftists sparking out over Hogwarts, the video game. None of them was like, oh, is it a good video game? Is it? No. They were like, J.K. Rowling, the genociding maniac from Britain. She's going to bring the apocalypse on the LGBT community unless we boycott the game, unless we harass streamers. Hassan Piker was pissing himself on stream. It's like, I would like to play this game. It looks kind of fun, but, oh my god, I saw what you guys did to Silverveil. I wouldn't want to be in her shoes. forget about it. That doesn't happen. Just forget about it. Just You have an independent game developer, and he's approached by a person on a forum, and the person is in withdrawal, like he's shaking, he's having his anxious crisis. It's like, where's the LGBT in your game? I like your game, but there's no LGBT. I need my LGBT. What is it? And he's like, look, the way my game works is that it's a medieval simulator and relationships are important. You have a relationship, you have a family tree, it's like Crusader Kings. If you want LGBT relationships, that means they would produce no offspring, so it would kind of break my game. Like, maybe I'll do this in a patch at a later date, but not now. Homophobia, bigotry, how dare you. And he gets harassment, right? I forget about it. What does this have to do with anything? You're just like the culture war. Okay, so, talking about the culture war, like back in 2016, you had people far more disingenuous than Meloni Mac, working at major publications and mainstream media outlets. It wasn't like random people on Twitter. And they were criticizing the game from a far leftist lens, right? Assuming that they know what the developers intended. Even though they could pick up the phone and talk to the developers, they were like, no, the people who made Mario, they were wife beaters. They were misogynist pigs. Like, how dare Mario rescue the princess? Fuck is wrong with him? Why can't he call the cops? In Hitman 47, the developers planned to have the strippers so that the players could murder them. And in GTA and blah, blah, blah. And Batman, hyper-sexualization, super mega sexualization. You see Batman's ass, what is wrong? So these individuals, they criticize video games until companies allow them positions in consultancy. And now they get to speak on behalf of the gaming community. And they're like, you know what gamers like? Gamers like cellulitis. Cellulitis, skin disease. They want to see manly jawlines on female character, no breasts. Because if they see breasts, they become gooners. And it is our objective to make sure that no gamer becomes a gooner. They need to become LGBT allies. How can they be LGBT allies if they're gooning? Gooning is bad, right? Now, they are always criticizing video games from a leftist position. Like, they have various flags and paraphernalia in their bio. They're outspoken about it. Like, they're wasting so much energy literally saying that, yeah, like, we are pushing leftist politics into games. Do you think that we're criticizing this from a right-wing position? Fuck no, like what right-wing position? There's no one in academia pushing for a right-wing position or an ideology. It's basically like people saying, dude, why is there a chick in a wheelchair in my modern military shooter? It looks fucking absurd. Like, what is wrong with you? This is not what we asked for. Why do we get skin disease and cellulitis and shit? Right? And when people does this, the act man, you guys, our gaming spaces. Why are you here? Oh, parasite. I mean, I guess it's good for his channel. Like, he's doing the same tactic that game journals used to do before they ended up having 2 viewers, which is called rage baiting. Like, you just go online and you're behaving like a cheeky little shit and you're getting clicks. That's it. Like, and this is pretty much what every single leftist does. Like, they're not actually tackling the substance anymore. They're not talking. Like, there was this guy, Cerberus or some shit. Gives me a comment to something that I was pointing out, and some of his people come into my DMs. Just insults and personal attacks. Like, nothing of substance. Like, it's fine, because I know how to insult them back. I'm not upset. I'm just noticing that before they were actually trying to make arguments like, well, diversity, rich, pure American diversity from the streets of California is good for business. We're going to make money. Like, you need to race swap, gender swap. You need inclusivity. It's whatever gamer wants. If they go into a store and they don't see themselves like in a mirror, they don't buy. They don't purchase. Listen to me, because I know. And it's like, okay, we listen to them. And when it's failing, it's, maybe the gameplay wasn't great. Maybe there was something that it was bugs. It was and when a game is successful, it's the rich diversity. I mean, you can go like that And you can make these types of arguments, but at some point, like, people notice the pattern. They start to notice that, yeah, maybe all these companies like BioWare, Ubisoft, Blizzard, maybe they used to be great because they had different people working in them. Maybe the people that used to work when they made the games that made our childhood great don't work there anymore. So now, sure, the name of the company is the same, but it's like, like your parents' house, if you sold it, and a different family moves in. It's still your parents' house, right? But the furniture is different, the people there behave differently, right? Kind of like the same with these companies. And I have no faith. Like, why should I have a faith? If the last product that Ubisoft put out is shit, the one before that is shit, why would I expect that the next one is going to be great? If they do not want to listen to any type of feedback from their customers at all, like they genuinely believe that they're making the best games on the market, they're this level of delusional, and they genuinely do not want to ever even consider that maybe this whole thing that came after 2016, which is diversity, inclusivity, and everything, maybe is not the way forward. But like, if they refuse to listen, like, what else can we do as customers besides telling them? You see people like Ackman going, it's like, oh, it's Meloni Mac, it's Meloni. If Meloni Mac was to complain about the size of rocks in front of her house, do you think people would listen to that? The reason people listen to Meloni Mac is because they're resonating with her. What she is saying, people are looking at it and it's like, you know what, yeah, like, why do we have to play in a game where every single female character looks like they're transitioning? And the men are naked, without shirts, buffed, muscular, right? Like, why is it that female characters are desexualized while male characters are butt naked and the game is filled with LGBT flags? Like, why do I have to spend money for that? You know what? And an interesting thing is, like, they don't understand. It's like, why is the sequel for Ghost of Tsushima receiving criticism? Right? And they will pretend that, it's right-wingers that do it. So, the Ghost of Tsushima sequel placed a female character over there, and the voice actress, like, she's for defund the police, she's for getting cis women off the internet if they don't agree with her politics. Why should a right-winger support that with their cash? Like, why should I pay $80 so I can put food on the table of that lady? Why should I support someone having a platform that pushes ideas that I don't agree with? Do you think the left would? Are you telling me that if the new Tomb Raider game would star Kevin Sorbo, so you don't have Lara Croft anymore, they removed that, they gender swap Lara, and now it stars Kevin Sorbo. And you can say, well, the game takes place in the future, and this is the grandson of Lara Croft. You can make some bullshit reason on why that happens. And Kevin Sorbo is an actor who's like for funding the police, for building a wall, for deporting illegal immigrants, right? Do you think the left would support that game? Do you think they would be in favor of it if it stars Kevin Sorbo? Right, they wouldn't, right? So why do they freak out when someone else goes, you know what, maybe the left has a point. Maybe we shouldn't fund projects from people that hate us. Maybe we should fund projects like Wukong and Stellar Blade. What exactly are the politics from the people that work at Stellar Blade? Because I don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure they're very outspoken about, but I haven't seen them give sass to their customers. I haven't seen them being disrespectful. When there was a backlash about costume censorship, what did they do? They reinstated the fucking costumes. They listen to people. Do you know what they do in Nikkei? It's another game they have. They give surveys. They actually ask you, the gamer, what do you like about the game? What do you hate about the game? And you can even say, well, I don't like the titillation. There's like a checkpoint. Or you can say, I don't think it's enough titillating. And you can put that, right? So they get feedback from the actual customer that plays their game. And they know how long you've been playing. They know all that shit. And that's how they make their decision. They don't listen to content creators. They don't listen to journalists. They don't listen to anyone else. It's just like, what does the gamer want from us? Like, what exactly would you like to see in the upcoming patches? And that is a smart way of doing business. Why isn't Ubisoft doing this? Do they not have the technology? Why isn't Blizzard doing this? Why isn't Blizzard asking, like, how do you feel about our character design? And why is it wrong to complain about character design? That's another question. You know, like, if you go into a game and you say, yeah, I don't like the environment. I think the environment is kind of shit. It's kind of bland. is, right? Like, no one is going to say, oh, how dare you say this? Oh, yeah. But if you say that, oh, I don't like the way the arbor looks on him. Oh. It's almost like you insulted his mother. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.